Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. How we doing? Sorry, flashlight. All right. How we doing? Just got back from seeing The Boogieman. Because nothing says June like The Boogieman. Just couldn't hold off until Halloween, could you? Stephen King's The Boogieman is a 98-minute paranormal suspense flick. Part-time slasher movie, very much paranormal suspense. It runs 98 minutes. Memo to Marvel and DC. It is possible to make a movie in less than 2 hours. Anyway, not much of a suspense movie kind of guy. I hate the slasher genre. As far as suspense movies go, I loved, for instance, Smile. Well, now it was my turn to watch The Boogeyman. Boogie. Boogie as he was remembered from the real Ghostbusters. Just kidding, just kidding. No, anyway. Well, it's June, so we packed the theater to see The Boogeyman. Mm-hmm. That's Boogeyman. Okay, in all seriousness, Boogeyman was little more than an amorphous blob in most of its images, but then it would look like a giant adult version of Gollum. In other words, a widowed psychiatrist and his two daughters are struggling to move on with life without the wife and mother. For some reason, that attracts the boogeyman to their address and to the closet of course, his youngest daughter, because that's how this works. This starts out when an unhinged individual barges into the psychiatrist's office and starts in on a story about how his children allegedly killed themselves, but the blame was pinned on him. Anyway, the doctor calls the cops because he thinks that this guy just confessed to a crime, and then we jump to them at home, where he has somehow gotten into their house this time and hung himself from a hook. The deranged guy, not the father figure. Now, life is supposed to go on from this incident now, and the boogeyman comes forth to terrorize the youngest daughter first, then the oldest child when she finally starts to believe her sister. Boogie's not going to be stopped until both girls have to band together to save their father from him. Again, I'm not much of a suspense slasher movie guy. I hate slasher movies, suspense movies. can sometimes be another story. I kid. I kid. Anyway, um, does Boogieman measure up to Smile? Absolutely not. Is Boogeyman still worth 3.5 popcorn buckets out of 5? Absolutely. 3.5 popcorn buckets out of 5. Was the movie scary, startling? It had some jump scares. There were some jump scares built in, sure. Um, but far scarier than any monster on that screen was the behavior of the people behind me in the theater. The larger family behind me in the theater. I mean, the rustling of bags, the chomping of food and candy to where everyone in the theater could hear them. It sounded like a feeding trough, only competed with by the fact that the couple directly behind me just had to opine about the movie in normal outdoor speaking voices. No. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the movie. That has nothing to do with the film's rating. I may or may not have enjoyed it more if I had been able to actually focus on it, one way or the other. I'm pretty sure I'd give it a 7 out of 10 or 3.5 popcorn buckets out of 5. And again, for me to say that about a suspense movie, that's saying something. That's that's a good movie. I'd recommend it. I'm Kent Brindley, and I rate the movies so that you can make up your own mind. And again, I hope that if you do want to see this movie, obviously you can't pre-screen the audiences that you're going to see it with, but I sincerely hope that you go and are actually allowed to enjoy the experience. All right. I'm Kent Brindley. I rate the movies so you can make up your own mind.